There once was a time long ago, a time when our country was young, a time when people actually thought bleedings were a good idea, a time when the answer to any medical problem was amputate it, a time when a tulip would sell for a ton of money, a time when people thought the beaverskin hat was cool, a time when the doctrinless Swedes were actually taken seriously, a time when the French were in the punchline of a military joke, a time when the concept of color was yet to be discovered, a time when soldiers relied more on their bayonet than the gun it was attached to. This epic age of human achievement was the 1800s! And to go any farther would just be unbelievably cool, because we're not actually going to be covering any of that. Nope. We're going to be covering good old America. Okay, 1800s America. Let's see the script here. The 1800s was a time spent... Oh god. Did I actually write that? You know what? Screw this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to prove anything to you. I quit. I'm not going to do this. You know what? Will I have to do the project to grade? Who can I get to do it? Who has absolutely nothing going on right now? I know! Satan! I'll call him!
What? Oh, you're just throwing us something down? Wait, don't hang up. Come on. Was this even part of the deal? Oh crap, it was. The 1800s. A year starting in the year 1801 and ending in the year 1899. It was an awkward time for America and the rest of the world. It was sort of like puberty for the world. It was that time between the classical 1700s era and modern times. The 1800s is defined by generally top hats, overly uptight culture, overly inflated economies, and the Industrial Revolution. Not to mention it's also the century where many other great things that revolutionized our world was created. Not to mention many other bad things too. Now, the 1800s was a pretty strange time for our country in particular, as I would know because I'm Satan and I watch this country a lot, where I think we should focus on our other adventures, like the Industrial Revolution. What a revolution, I tell you. I was there to witness the whole thing. Well, of course, I was in hell witnessing it, but I was witnessing it nevertheless. Now, the Industrial Revolution revolutionized things industrially, and that's pretty obvious. We got machines, textiles, new, better ways, more efficient things to do things. It was just awesome. The unfortunate thing is that it also caused a spike in suicides. Also, a decrease in the living quality of the average person. However, it helps create a middle class. And the next thing we're going to talk about is really what really was attracted by the Industrial Revolution. Immigrants, particularly from China, Ireland, and Italy. Now, these immigrants, their countries weren't that revolutionized. I watched them too, but then America to me was my main obsession. Their countries were more agricultural, they were happy to keep it that way, until certain circumstances pushed it out. Let's say in the Chinese case, famine. Just, not to mention a big war. And it wasn't the Chinese Civil War, they don't think of it, it was the Chinese Civil War. And because of their location, they most lived in San Francisco, San Jose, Los Angeles. They weren't very well received, to be honest. In fact, they were very poorly received. Many hate crimes against Chinese happened, and many of them spiked near the 1850s and 60s. That was the California gold rush. In fact, Chinese gold diggers weren't allowed to dig in the same land as white diggers. Next ones are the Irish. Ireland is that country that's right beside England. Ireland's problem was having a big potato famine. The potato famine, which Ireland's economy was mainly based on, meant that the potato crop failed. So the Irish got into ships that were so unseaworthy that they were nicknamed coffin ships and sailed to the good old USA. They were also very poorly received. They settled in places like New York, Baltimore, Dover, and Boston, particularly Boston. Hate crimes against the Irish were mostly large-scale gang wars, including the Battle of Fishertown, as we came to know, the Fishertown riots in Philadelphia, where many Irish people were beaten and many Irish Catholic churches were burned. The next and final immigrant group we'll be discussing in this short segment will be the Italians. Now, the Italians were always natives of Italy. They were defined by good food and the Catholic Church. They got into ships that were more seaworthy than the Irish ships, but were still pretty unseaworthy. And they settled in places like New York, Boston, Philadelphia.
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. So, basic idea, a bunch of Italians got lynched in New Orleans. Yep, that's it. I pretty much hit my length requirement. And that about covers the 1800s. I mean, it was only 100 years. It's pretty short. Well, so, goodbye.